So, here we go.
He was filled with childish frustrations and complexes. The police were searching for James Thomas, believed
Hello, hello, hello. You're listening to Midnight Movie Gang. It is currently 10:51 a.m. Night Movie Gang. Should be earlier. For those of you just tuning in, if this is your first episode, this is a show where we talk about primarily horror, sci-fi, cult classics, lesser-known films, martial art films. You know, like, I'm looking at a big shelf of VHSs right now, and, like, pretty much all the shit that's on that shelf. And we have a very special guest today. We're here with James Ouimette. I'm pronouncing that right?
Yes. Yep.
Yep, here with James Ouimette. Owner of Time Capsule Rewind, a new shop that just opened up in lovely old snowy Saint Albans, Vermont today. Not open up a month. Today's a month. It's a month, right?
Friday will be a month. Yeah.
Friday will be a month. Cool. And so today we're basically gonna have, as somebody who you're gonna talk about your shop. I want you to talk about your shop, but as far as, like, just so the audience gets an idea of, like, kind of why I want to interview today. Your store has a lot of, like, retro kind of collectibles, memorabilia from films and pop culture, but physical media, VHS tapes in particular, seem to also be a big section of your store. And as a physical media guy, something I'm very interested in, and I'd love to kind of have a conversation with you about not just VHS as a form, but just, like, what people have kind of been saying about it, and also because, like, as somebody who I follow, like, other businesses and, like, other creators and stuff who, like, all talk about physical media, and, like, more place, the interest is rising
For sure. Yes.
and so love to talk to you about that, but first off, to kind of kick things off, just tell us a little bit about yourself. Tell us your story. I said my question I have here is, when did you realize the nerd life was permanent? AKA, so, like, what kind of got you into collecting and all this stuff?
Yeah. This is co-owner of Time Capsule Rewind. It's my business partner and I. It's just been a collective of different curations of collectibles, nostalgia, and it was kind of a personal journey for us, and it's just kind of went overboard, so to say, and we opened up mid-January and did a couple cons and heard from the community.
Positive feedback.
A lot, yeah, and just a lot was something that was missing, and just wanted to kind of bring everything together for the community. So it's been fun, and hearing from everybody in the community, and yeah, I
remember I was here on that first day, and people came in and were like, "Whoa, I haven't seen all this stuff." Like, it's a good energy in here. It's an exciting energy. So, like, in that, just speaking of kind of the community. So I'm assuming it might have shifted in the month, but, like, so overall, what would you say the kind of, like, I'm kind of curious more age-wise demographics of, like, people who are coming in here, not just for VHS, but, like, kind of overall, like, what does your demographics kind of look like?
Yeah, I mean, it's generational, I would say. It's a lot of, I would say, teens that are coming in for VHS rewinders or VHS machines. It's been
it's been what's it?
There's been it's been quite a collective of
a wide variety
of it all shifts, I guess, from what people are collecting. If it's GI Joes or the physical media, I got everything, a little bit of everything, so it attracts just generationally everybody, I guess. But it's good to see the younger generation with the VHS and or parents describing, hey, this is what I grew up on, or this is how these are rewound and are played, and
Mm-hmm. Yeah, this is what we had to deal with for so long. Yeah, like me myself. So I'm 27, so like when I think of VHS tapes, a lot of it is pretty like early childhood, going into like kind of middle school. Like I don't know, like I also had a thing. I don't think I said this on the show. Growing up, my mom just had this like giant wardrobe full of like every movie on VHS and like a few DVDs, just like in the world, just like everything, like Indiana Jones, Star Wars, like all this, and then like her kind of movies like New Jack City and like other kind of Do the Right Thing, like other kind of black films that like, and like I just pretty much spent my early childhood just like knowing this bureau full of movies, and that's kind of like where. I mean, also sharing with my mom where my love of movies came from, but just also like in terms of the value of physical media.
Right.
And there are some tapes in there that I like, or some movies that I think about where I'm like, damn, because all of them went away in the yard sale. My mom's collection, because she wasn't really nostalgic for them. And I'm like, man, if I had like held on to a handful of those tapes, that might have been something.
Yeah, I mean that's where I think it started for me too. With my mom it was like Tuesdays were rental, like new movies, new releases, and it was going to the video store, and it was always browsing the aisles and the cover arts.
Yeah.
I mean, especially the horrors, because you would go down, and I know like a couple that stuck out with me, the Robert Englund Phantom of the Opera with the skull mask pulling from his face. Like, it was. But she ran a dual VCR and was recording. We had like a massive movie, so we were always watching. It was a family thing.
Yeah, no browsing experience for any streaming service is gonna meet like walking up and down the aisle, or just like looking on a shelf and like picking up a movie, looking at it and taking your own time with it. Something I hate with streaming services, right, is like when you scroll through in a few seconds, it's gonna like autoplay a clip or whatever, and it's like, no, don't distract me, like I want to, like, I'm here to investigate my damn self. But yeah, no, I think that what's it called? That's an important thing. I feel like the whole tactile experience of being able to pick it up, going to a physical location. Like I remember kind of similar experience. Our main Blockbuster growing up in South Burlington was across the street from the grocery store we used to go to. So like when we go grocery shopping, my mom would like drop me off a Blockbuster. I'd get to pick a movie and a game, and then she'd usually have me pick up something, and after she was done grocery shopping, she'd come get me. And like, I just remember even movies that were like bad, I have distinct memories of like all the Asylum films, like they had like Transmorphers, and like that, like the covers look like sick, like, oh, it's like a spin-off of Transformers. What? And then they were nuts. But even just that whole culture, like even though like I came in on the tail end of it, it is something that I know that I personally crave. And it's interesting to see that even people who really weren't around for that era are craving that. I mean, I think what they're really craving is just like as we kind of been talking about, that tactile experience, because digital is just not alive.
Yeah, it's that's for sure. If they don't have a right to it, or trying to figure out what service to go to.
Exactly. Tubi is the answer.
Yeah.
Still looking out for that Tubi sponsorship, by the way. Reached out the last year. I've been watching a lot of I've been watching a lot of kung fu movies recently. I think I watched Pedicab Driver with Sammo Hung on Tubi recently. Okay. You ever watch any Sammo Hung films?
No, I can't.
Oh, he's so good. He was he's actually, so he's pretty much like fat Jackie Chan, as far as like the thing. Like he's a bigger dude, but like the thing is though, he can throw hands, and it's funny, even though like in his movies they do mention like, oh, like fat guy or whatever. When it comes to the fighting, like
he's on point.
He's on point. There ain't no jokes when he throws it. Like he can just as fast. Like he's got this back kick that's just as good as the rest of them. But I was gonna say with VHS, something interesting is like okay. Out of curiosity, so with your, this is a good question that I do not have written down. With your viewing experience, when you rewatch like some of your favorite movies, I assume you might have like something like you probably have like Star Wars in multiple formats, for example.
Right.
When you go back and like watch like an old favorite movie of yours, do you find yourself like attracted to one format more than the other, or like or is it like, I guess what I'm trying to say is like, I watch my VHSs. Yeah. Is what I'm trying to say, and I have something like Scream, for example. I will be in a certain mood to watch the VHS version of Scream if I want to have that more kind of lo-fi experience, or
Yeah,
like
right.
versus like if I don't know, if I'm doing like a group showing, or if I'm showing someone, if I show someone Scream for the first time, I'm probably gonna show them the Blu-ray or whatever, just like the most high. But there is kind of a different. The reason I bring it up is because like for example, a friend of mine who I'm not gonna mention her, but like a coworker of mine, she has a bunch of VHS, but she doesn't have a VCR yet. And to her, at the moment, she wants, but at the moment, it is more of a collectibles thing, and it is more of like a shelf thing. And I feel like there's that kind of split. So I'm curious where you stand on that.
Well, I think there's dual sides there, collecting wise. I have a couple customers that come in here that just buy for putting kind of display.
Yeah, like nostalgia display.
Right, having like a movie time kind of bring it back to that video store kind of esque, and don't really have intentions of watching it, but hey, that cover art, like, recognizable to them.
Yeah.
And then others, I've started out with 15 VCRs here opening, and I'm down to like 5. So
Oh, sick.
yeah. So it's a lot of people want to, especially the younger generation, just want to see what that was about and relive that kind of experience, or this is what mom and dad, or this is what I got told about or know about and or have seen, and just kind of want to get into that. So I mean, it's a mix, but I mean, some of these horror movies too, I mean, they're demand
pennies. Yeah.
some good bits. So I mean, it's almost like investment in a some way.
Yeah, no, for sure. It's interesting. What was I gonna say? With horror in particular, like, it makes sense to me why horror is kind of the most sought after on the format, because like I know for me personally, like, if my favorite version of watching Halloween is on VHS, because of the low fidelity, Michael Myers is just a blank white spot.
Yeah.
And that almost is like scarier than like when you can see it in full HD. You see the rubber and the seam on the mask, and it you can feel kind of the budgetary constraints. Or like when you watch a newer movie or an older movie in like 4K or whatever, and you see the string lifting the thing or whatever. It's like it can take a little bit, but on there's like some magic, I guess. Yeah. And it's interesting how much I feel like you don't lose a lot of that, like. In recent example, I'm thinking I rewatched Super Cop the other day, which, fun fact, Michelle Yeoh special episode coming soon, and I was watching my VHS of it, and after I finished the movie, I was looking up. Like I said, I'm a weirdo. I go hard into everything. Usually, after I watch a movie and I'm really into it, I'll like look up video essays and like other kind of stuff. And I was looking up video essays of Super Cop afterwards, and all the footage was like probably from a Blu-ray rip. And I'm like, this doesn't look as good to me as the VHS. I don't know, the color grading, I'm like, it looks washed out. Like, I don't like it. Honestly, one of the biggest things for me with VHS that I do genuinely really like in the format is sound.
Yeah.
I think like the tape, nothing beats tape sound. Like, I remember the first time I really remember was actually one of the first, when I kind of started collecting VHS, I got the Terminator for Terminator 1 on VHS. And we were watching it at that time we were watching it on the flat screen, but it was a mono mix, but it was coming through our surround sound, and it sounded great. Like the low end and the synth score was like really crunchy and pronounced. Gunshots, I remember, just sounded like, I don't know, like a fuzzy guitar, like in a good way, like a fuzzy guitar note or something,
Yeah, that was yeah,
just good stuff. 1 second, I had asked you. 1 second. I want to save that question. Are there particular VHS titles that people specifically like that you hear a lot? Like, I know I maybe you hear The Thing a lot or something.
Well, yeah, I was just gonna go to that actually. The first day I sold the Thing, and sure enough, I had a couple customers come in that day asking for it, and it was just
myself included.
Yeah. But yeah, Evil Dead is quite popular. I've sold that cut box and different slip cases, and yeah, it seems to
be one that is always coming and going.
Oh, for sure. And then you say Terminator. I mean, it's I've sold a good bit of copies of Terminator, either 1 or 2.
Yeah, no, yeah, Terminator 1, definitely a good vibe. Yeah, we're recording again. What was I gonna say? Something slight side note. Whether we go on side tangents all the time. We don't have to stay. This is this is a conversation. We don't got to stay right on the path. Talking about me and Joseph. So like, listeners of the show, but like we talk about Alien and Predator a lot. Like we might as well be an Alien and Predator show. Really, the episode Alien vs Predator 3 movie review is a future episode that will be happening. But in that Terminator being in the kind of the same thing under that Fox umbrella, we said like they need to do with Terminator what they've done with like, have you seen Alien Romulus and Prey?
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah, like that kind of like, which I'm a big fan of those movies, and I like what the kind of current usage of those characters are. I feel like they need to do Terminator, but make it horror again, because really Terminator was only horror in that first movie.
Yeah.
And then it completely switched to action.
Yeah, agreed. Yeah,
I think that'd be fun.
Yeah.
Yeah. But let's see what's so. Yeah. Okay. So I see this one. Is there? So this is kind of similar to a lot different. Is there a holy grail piece of memorabilia that you would like for yourself or to show off in the store? Like, is there something that like that you think would be a really cool, like you'd love to have as like a display piece, or like something that like is like a, oh my god, if I had this in my collection I'd be complete kind of deal?
I guess having an added factor to the store. I'm very big into the prop-ish and horror kind of scene. I don't know, I've been kind of wanting to add the Overlook Hotel kind of carpet in the front showcases.
Oh, that's sick.
To replace that. I was thinking, just, I guess I ended up getting a Beetlejuice sign, the light up sign.
Those ones, folks at home, audio podcast, up in the corner of these few posters up here in the corner.
It's hanging over there on the counter, like.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, the sign when he's going into Dante's Inferno.
Cool, nice.
So, no, just some different signage, but like, I don't know, I'm a big fan of Chucky, so I don't know, a really replica 101 would be. I mean, I know they're out there, but having one of the original molds before he was pre-cut up.
What's your favorite Chucky movie?
2, hands down.
Oh yeah, you can't be 2.
Yeah.
So that was cool. How's it hanging, Phil?
Yeah.
One of my favorites.
Yeah.
Means that, and then the one I remember most, Bride of Chucky, was probably my favorite one growing up. That one's just fun. I really like Tiffany. But what's it called? Yeah, cool. Let's see. Looking back, I should have written more questions. Okay. This mic keeps falling. So I guess we can talk a little bit about. So I guess I will ask you a little. I noticed that when I first came in, there was some DVDs and Blu-rays. Do you still have them somewhere, or?
Yeah, it's behind the glass case. I got a.
Oh, okay. Yes, I see. So I guess we can talk a little. I did not have it listed, but I guess I'm just curious. Those just don't move as much as VHS, or like?
The VHS has been very popular, no doubt. But I mean, I have some Laserdisc over there. A couple of those have gone. The DVDs do quite well. I have some customers, returning customers for that, and I just started slowly getting a library of 4K ultra high def steel limited edition books.
Very cool. Yeah, steel books, and like any boutiques over there, like Arrow, Criterion, or anything like that.
Yeah, I'm hoping to add to that.
Yeah, whole different kind of market there.
Yeah, for sure.
As far as like I remember, I feel like right now there exists that kind of something that I think definitely gives VHS an advantage. And even though obviously they're more expensive titles, I feel like it's much easier. It's a lot lower of a financial commitment to get into VHS versus like if you want to start collecting physical media, like if you're getting brand new, like if you're going into the boutiques or like specifically getting new movies, like a new a new 4K or whatever will, I don't know, some of them are ridiculous. Like,
Yeah.
I think my new 4K centers was like $30 or something. But it's like, the thing is, what's nice to me though right now about this kind of era we're in with the boutiques and like new releases and stuff is I say it's nice, but it's actually kind of sad. It's a blessing and a curse. There aren't as many new movies coming out that I want to own.
Yeah.
Forever, you know, versus like I think I worked at FYE in high school, and that's where I got the bulk of my collection.
Oh, that's awesome.
It was actually like when I was working at FYE, which what's funny about that was that almost ended up in the garage sale, my collection.
Mm.
But my mom, when she sold the childhood house I grew up in, she's like, hey, come get your stuff like before. And I found all of my Blu-rays were just like in this big box. I'm like, I should take these.
Yeah, for sure.
And this was right before I kind of started getting, because there was a 4 or 5 year period where I wasn't collecting physical media at all, because streaming services were actually good at that point. And now they're divided, as we know now. Yeah, this thing, I might just hold this. No, I'm done with the stands. Getting rid of it. But what was I gonna say? Blu-rays, DVDs, and stuff. Yeah, but like getting it, VHSs being the like as far as like it's more fun to hunt necessarily, like in like thrift stores and whatnot.
For sure.
I even noticed in thrift stores like VHS sections are getting bigger.
Yeah. I mean, the thing too is like, you know, when we're looking, you know, DVD versus kind of VHS, is like the disc factor, how you're going to find that disc scratched, and you know, and then the same kind of thing with VHS is that, are you going to find mold, you know, and which, I mean, it will just ruin the tape ultimately, and it's but yeah, I mean, I see a lot of people go for, you know, DVDs even at garage sales or whatnot, so it's I don't know, it's like almost that generational, like what's to one is going to be to another. You know, somebody might be into Joe's, and then somebody younger generation is going to be into like Skylanders per se. So it's like, how do you
think that, I mean, I guess, do you think that like in the next few years, do you think we'll see maybe like a bit of a transition from like we'll see, you know, it kind of catch up, that cycle, like DVDs kind of getting more popularity, maybe like this VHS boom goes down a bit, and like maybe VHS has come up a bit type deal as people get more nostalgic for that mid-2000s kind of thing?
I almost kind of somewhat think so. I mean, it already at Best Buy, you know, not so much, I don't know about Target, but Walmart, I know, still carries, you know, media. Yeah. But that's, you know, when was that going to really stop? You know, Best Buy's already, you know, said that, has pushed that.
Anymore. Yeah.
So it's, you know, how long before we won't see, you know, a piece of physical media on a shelf?
Yeah, I mean, well, I think new stuff is gonna go online.
Yeah,
like I think as far as like new releases are gonna go to, like, if you want to get, I don't know, the newest A24 horror movie, you gotta buy from A24.
Yeah,
Everything Everywhere All at Once episode coming soon. In that Michelle Yeoh special, it was a big Michelle Yeoh kick recently. But what's it called? But yeah, no, as far as like I feel like well, then again, we might see things come back in a way, like, I don't know, how do I put it? You ever been to a Bull Moose store?
Oh, I love Bull Moose.
Bull Moose is great, yeah. For those of you
Newberry Comics.
Yeah.
But yeah, Bull Moose for the media, side of things.
Yeah, and they got everything. Like last time they got used stuff, they got the new stuff, they got the boutiques. I remember, which fun fact, folks, they're all in Maine, all these the Bull Moose stores, these physical media stores, and they are kind of like one of the last vestiges of this kind of era. We're talking about half-price books in the Midwest being kind of, when I never noticed, like, when I bought stuff from you, like, oh, it's from half-price books. Wow.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, like a lot of people, how do I put it? Not just with physical media. I feel like people, I think, are a little bit too kind of like a little bit fear-mongering when it comes to people talk about the death of movies. It's the death of physical media. So I don't think I think it is all evolving.
Yeah.
It is certainly becoming more niche, you know, but like in that though, I like the reason why it's growing is because the alternative of like what is quote unquote mainstream, like streaming and stuff, like the masses are very dissatisfied. Like everyone's watching The Office for the 5th time, and that's like really all everybody's watching, or like watching TikTok or whatever. Which I deleted all the social media apps from my phone recently, and that's actually at the beginning of the year, and it's been a godsend. But what was I gonna say? Physical media, movie, and like movies in general, as far as like who was I having a discussion with about this the other day? Just talking about how people aren't not just not going to the movies, but not watching new movies as they come out. Even after a movie's theatrical release, when most theaters like aren't doing well, like people still aren't watching them afterwards. But the thing is, though, I feel like these, the smaller studios, the A24s, the Neons, the there's, and also we're seeing a rise in like in a lot more independent creators making movies that do well. I'm sure, did you see Shelby Oaks?
No,
Chris,
I have.
Chris Stuckman. I'm surprised you.
No.
He's a big movie review, YouTube movie reviewer guy.
Okay.
He started reviewing movies on YouTube in like 2007, 2008.
Okay.
And he recently made a movie, Shelby,
wow.
which had a normal theatrical release, and it was Neon bought it, but like the movie started from like not only like his money from his following on YouTube, but also like he had a Kickstarter that was successful, and like he was able to get, and basically, and we're seeing a trend of like that too with like other YouTube people. Like you look at like Talk to Me, which came out a few years ago. I don't know if you Talk to Me by the Filippo brothers, who they started on YouTube doing like skits and stuff. And out right now is this new movie Iron Lung.
Yes, I saw a trailer for that. Yeah,
with Markiplier, which is the same kind of thing. Like that movie is completely self-financed by him. Markiplier's like a big gamer guy on YouTube. Which I don't know if here's the thing, like I'm happy that it's out, and I'm happy that like like people are like able to make kind of their own creative stuff, but like I think the movie looks a little lame personally. That's just me. But point is, like, I think what I'm trying to say is I think the trend we're seeing, I do not think movies are dying. I think that we are going to see the art form and the arbiters of the creators of the art form and who's financing it. I think that is all going to shift into like, I can see these YouTube guys and like these like online creators bringing in that next wave of filmmaking, and like yes, I think Hollywood's dying. But yeah, no, I think Christopher Nolan had a quote where he's like talking about people saying like, oh no, it's not the death of cinema. Cinema is such a young art form. It's like it's 100 years old. Imagine like if painting as an art form was 100 years old.
Well, I mean, it's just coming off all these classics. It's like we get a new He-Man, we're getting a new Voltron. It's it's just playing off kind of established.
I'm waiting for that Duke Nukem movie. They said that was going to come out. I've been waiting. Oh, did I tell you? I mentioned this on the podcast before. I don't think I've told this to you. I have a theory. I don't think Avengers Doomsday is coming out.
Oh yeah.
I think it's too big. I think there's too many plot lines. The budget's too big. Too many A-list actors. And part of it's like this movie's supposed to come out December 18th, and we've barely seen anything.
Yeah.
Like the little teasers they have, Thor in the woods, like talking to his hammer. What is that? And then also there was no Super Bowl. The Super Bowl just happened. Yeah. There was no TV spot. Did you watch Super Bowl?
Yeah, for a little bit. I didn't watch the
last quarter was crazy. This is now the midnight football game. The last quarter there was some good football. Physical media. We get philosophical here at Midnight Movie Game. We get high class. We've been talking about physical media here at Midnight Movie Gang. And I guess let's talk a little bit about, so whenever we have guests on, regardless, I literally just typed in Munchies, and it gave me the definition of, like, Munchies is a common slang term for wanting snacks. Munchies, 1987. We asked people to tell us their, like, their favorite hidden gem or their fun hidden gem movie that most people haven't seen, as long as it's available on streaming service, which it's this movie Munchies, which came out in 1987, a horror comedy here, is available on Tubi. And the movie you chose was Munchies. 1987 comedy horror starring Harvey Korman, Charlie Stratton, and Nadine van der Velde. And yeah, this movie, I had not heard of it. I had not seen it until watching it. Please tell me about, if you remember your first time seeing it, your history with this movie. Yeah, tell us about your history with it.
Yeah. So this was kind of, again, one of those movies that kind of spoke to me, I guess, at a video store, just rental. And yeah, I probably was, I would say, 6-7 years old. Was watching a lot of other questionable movies younger, but hey, but yeah, the cover art to the, just showed this little gremlin like creature, and just with a beer and munchies and just like a little,
Looked like a fun time.
yeah, a little badass guy. But yeah, no, just yeah, it kind of spoke to me. And just, I don't know, I watched it several times as a kid. It was just the kind of gremlin like mischief,
It was always a
kind of
fun
like
one.
horror-ish, and some of the attack scenes or the scares, kind of got to me as a kid. But
Yeah.
it was one of those fun, quirky little.
Yeah, there were some solid little horror moments in here too. Yeah, I liked. I thought the characters were fun. I really liked the chemistry between the the two young leads. They're really good together. And yeah, what was the name of the Uncle Cecil?
Cecil.
Uncle Cecil was freaking cracked.
Yeah.
Like some of the
Commercials or.
his commercials, but I'm saying like some of the like there's a part where his hippie stepson he threatens him, like he brings up a gun. I'm like, oh my god, this is getting serious. There's some pretty crazy shifts in tone between
For sure.
it being kind of like almost like goofy kids, and then like dark horror, and then like kind of over the top like violence. I'm like, oh my god.
Yeah, I mean, it's funny is like rewatching a movie as an adult, to say when you're watching as a kid, you kind of get a different like feel or perspective out of it. And it was kind of like all this happened, and like, hey, we're gonna go play, putt golf, and like not just, we got attacked by these gremlin like Peruvian creatures here. Like, yeah, it's
Yeah. I feel like nobody in the movie responded appropriately to like nobody was freaking out enough.
yeah,
The
yeah,
fact
for
that
sure.
like, oh my god, these little alien dudes. Yeah. Of all of the kind of knockoffs, I'd say, or it's like, I don't know. I haven't seen Gremlins in a long time. I haven't seen it since I was a kid, but I watched Critters for the first time
Yes.
like last summer and really enjoyed it.
Which I want to say the sister in Critters is the girlfriend.
In this movie?
Yeah.
Oh wow, a small world.
Yeah.
It's the same universe. Can't get away from these little fuckers. Yeah. But yeah, no. So basically, like the plot of the movie, like usually the plot isn't necessarily for folks at home. If you want to check it out, like I said, it's on Tubi. It's about these it's a Gremlins knockoff. These he's a space archaeologist, Simon Watermill. Which these movies always need like a conspiracy theorist type like guy. Like I kind of in a similar realm. Eight-Legged Freaks. Love Eight-Legged Freaks. Harlan. I always loved his character, who has the conspiracy show on there. It's really funny.
It's a Roger Corman, too. So.
Oh, that makes sense.
Yeah, I mean it. It kind of goes along those lines.
Yeah, very worth checking out, folks. Check it out on Tubi. Also, speaking of physical media, I wonder what kind of does it have like an Arrow? Did Arrow or Vinegar Syndrome do some kind of release? Hold on, Munchies Blu-ray. Every time do you know? Okay, I didn't watch it, but it's double featured with it. There's a double feature box of Munchies and Munchie. I would turn my laptop around, but I'm afraid that
Yeah, I'm
cables
aware of
will
the movie.
explode.
Yeah, it kind of like diverted totally.
He's standing on the pizza. Is it related at all?
It's kind of along the line. It's been a while since I watched it, but it's it's in its own realm.
Not as fun to you as Munchies.
Yeah, well, he's talking, and he's
He's got a leather jacket.
yeah.
He's dressed like the Fonz. Yeah. Oh yeah, that reminds me something we always do with the movies. The last step after we talk about the movies is we choose what prop we want to take from the film. So, which, damn, I should. There's only. I'm trying to think of what prop I want. Oh wait, no, that's easy. I'm gonna take one of the Munchie statues.
I was gonna come in with two, just in case. The Peruvian, Munchie statue. I mean, hey, that's the defining. But
thing to put on the shelf.
I'm not gonna lie, those ice cream hats that they were wearing, are pretty on point.
those were funny. Yes, that's a good choice. Yeah, I'm sticking with my statue.
Yeah,
it's gonna look great on the shelf. Which, by the way, I got was on. I'll show you a picture in a bit. I bought the Ripley Pop figure.
Oh, nice.
And she's sitting nice on the shelf next to my Alien VHSs.
Very nice.
I want to get a matching. If you get a Pop Alien Queen, let me know because I want to get a matching.
For sure. I got some definitely got some Alien stuff. That's for sure.
Rock and roll. But yeah. Let's see. We're at about 40 minutes. Any more questions? VHS. Boom. We talked a little bit about. Let's see. We didn't talk a lot about. We've talked about it personally a little bit, but the interesting trend going on with people putting new movies on VHS.
Yeah.
And like kind of it's been me also like. Which folks at home, if you go to midnightmoviegang.com, you can buy our custom VHSs. Please buy them. But what do you think of that trend?
I mean, I think it's pretty cool. It's bringing that format back.
It's what got me. It was my gateway. I was like, whoa, like it follows on VHS.
Well, I know Terrifier. I don't know if they Screenbox did a thing with Walmart maybe, but they did a release for 2 and 3, and then
Alien Romulus.
Romulus, yeah, that was another one. And that was done by I think the Fox Studio. So, I mean, it's one of those kind of like limited edition or like runs or. Mm-hmm. But yeah, I would like to see a little bit more of it. I think there's a lot that goes in with kind of the case, how you translucent case, or even your labeling, and the kind of different arts for the slip covers. I mean, can get pretty. Yeah. And then that's what it's all about too. Is just a lot of people go for the box art. So I mean, you find something that's different or.
Yeah. No. I feel like in when this might sound weird. When I hold the VHS tape, it's like I feel like I'm holding a book. Like it feels substantial, in a way that like holding like a DVD case just isn't as like satisfying in a weird way.
Well, I just want like back to the horror thing, like with VHSs, is back in the day when Hitchcock was doing like Psycho, and it was the horror aspect of somebody getting stabbed and blood and all this aspect. So when horror's being brought to the masses, and it's not like a comedy or whatever, so there wasn't a lot of production, and so I think that's like Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Mm-hmm. I mean, original releases from that in the late 70s, it's those are hard to come by. And
that's one I'd love to get, although I do love my I have a Texas Chainsaw on 4K, and it's a really nice 4K.
Nice.
Yeah, 16 millimeter in general, just like, and also just as far as like a film nerd, like 16 millimeter is my favorite film. Like, from just it's actually pretty interesting. Speaking a little bit about just 4K, older movies benefit way more from 4K. I feel.
Because
agreed. Like people talk about people talk like about movies looking old or whatever, but like a good restoration, like. My best one being, and we talk about it all the time, but like my 4K of Alien is like, it looks like it came out yesterday.
Wow.
Like it's just gorgeous. Like every little bit of detail in there is just pops in the colors and the depth, and just it's crazy what restoration technology can do for sure. But what's it called? I don't have any more questions, James. Where can Okay, so you're here in Saint Albans.
Yes.
18 Kingsman Street. If you're in or near Vermont, you can come on here. And where can people kind of? We talked a little bit online. People can follow you online. Like where?
Yeah, certainly. So we're at 18 Kingman Street in St. Albans. I just changed the hours going forward here today. We're going to be closed Wednesdays, but we're open every day at 11 and 9 on the weekend. during the regular days and 9 on the weekends. But yeah, on Facebook, Time Capsule Rewind. We're on Instagram as well. We got a website, timecapsulerewind.com. But for sure, yeah, Facebook. And yeah, need any trading or appraisals or looking for something and hard to find, I can certainly network and.
Cool. Oh, I forgot to mention. You also want to, if the table just remember, you want to run some events as well. Is what we were talking about.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get you that secret tape flyer.
Yeah, for sure.
Talking
yeah,
to Zach about it.
Very open to get the space more used and utilized by the community and the integrity. Just whatever we have here. I'm welcome to it. Whether it's something to do with movies or games or cards, and I'm welcome for it.
Rock and roll. Cool. Well, James, it's been a blast talking to you. Definitely going to have you on the show again. It's been great. But yeah, folks at home, you've been listening to Midnight Movie Gang. It's currently 11:33 a.m. Night Movie Gang. So folks at home, you can follow us. Go to midnightmoviegang.com, Instagram at Midnight Movie Gang Podcast, YouTube. Go to YouTube, subscribe to YouTube, because that's where the money's going to be. When I say money's going to be, we have some new video content coming for you folks at home soon, for you gamers out there. So pay attention to that. And James, once again, thank you so much.
Yeah, thanks for having me. Appreciate it.
Yep. Have a nice night, everybody. Goodbye.
So, here we go.
With child expectations and complexes which the police are searching for James Thomas, believed to be the lover of Miss Williams, and her partner in the horrible murder of Walter. Grant everybody that I'm here to go. Oh, please tell me where they've gone. Please tell me. Sorry, I don't know. How could I got in here? 3 tickets to Albany on 6 o'clock train tonight. What do you think?
Special agent.